Well, one of the first things I noticed in working with Freeman Colby's diaries and letters is that he never describes himself. I have no idea what he looked like. So when I draw him, I guess I'm just going to draw like a generic person. And then if I go to New Hampshire Historical Society and I look through their photographs of unidentified Civil War soldiers, I think to myself, yeah, he could look like any one of these. So if I draw him as a super simple stick figure, I guess that's close to looking like any and all of them. And I will make one little concession to detail. I'll fatten his body up like this, and then I can add little clothing details like suspenders and pants and a farmer's hat maybe. And I'll add 4 little hairs just so he doesn't look too generic. And then when he joins the army, we'll look through some Library of Congress photos of soldiers in their uniforms, and I'll choose like the 2 or 3 details that all these uniforms have in common. So let's see. We'll give him a private's cap. There are the 4 hairs, 4 buttons down the front of his shirt, a little belt. I guess he could have a musket or rifle. And then we'll look a little closer at the gear that they were carrying, like when they're marching and they have their bedrolls on top of their knapsacks and their canteens on their hips and all this equipment. Well, we can draw Freeman Colby with that equipment too. So let's see. We'll give him the private's cap, his 4 hairs, face. We'll give him his rifle, his private's shell jacket with 4 buttons. We'll make his legs moving so he's marching. We'll wrap that blanket up on top of his knapsack, canteen, a little cartridge box at his hip. And then maybe as the season moves along and the weather gets colder, he puts on a wool greatcoat. So let's try that. We will show a larger coat here, put buttons down the front. Maybe he's clutching a cold musket or rifle, the bayonet's on, he's on picket duty. I'll add some shivering, some breath, steam, and some snowflakes. All these details and actions help establish the setting. Or maybe it's summertime and he's out there sweating in the heat and he has to, say, carry some buckets of water from far away to come into camp so everybody can have water to cook and wash with. And of course, if the sun's shining, he's going to have a dark shadow, lots of hot sunbeams here, and so on. For this kind of cartooning, I think the most important thing is not getting wrapped up in drawing the things themselves, but drawing the ideas behind the things, the most important ideas to the story. And that's how I start drawing Freeman Colby.